They don't see people like us as equal human beings with them.
You're right. They're throwing out the Constitution.
That's the way the system has us brainwashed into thinking that their reality is the common sense.
The fucking feds got him, man.
I would beat the living out of all 8 fucking ICE agents.
You are building the infrastructure that these fuckers drive over every single day. The roads and infrastructure that you build to their municipal buildings, and they vote on how to fuck you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of the Making America podcast, the podcast where we just don't give a fuck. That was really cringe, and I apologize for it.
I like that.
No, we really don't give a fuck about anything at all. We do have a cool show lined up for y'all today. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the sort of labor world that we're going to talk about, and then like out on the streets as well, because everyone knows that the streets are very important. Before we get started, though, I want to kind of get something off my chest, right? I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I think it just needs to be said. Phil is gay.
Damn.
He wishes.
That's it.
He
I
wishes.
really do wish he was gay. He's fucking cute.
That's
Look at
the
him.
issue with the guy. Yeah. Look at fucking gay guy over here. No wonder he's a fucking. You
Don't
think he was an
judge me.
electrician or something?
Don't
You think
judge
he was a
me,
fucking
Phil.
electrician, dude.
Look, I'm just as God made me, sir.
Damn.
Oh, man.
No, okay.
Who let this guy on the fucking podcast?
For years, like anytime we make like gay jokes on a job site or whatever, I always say that, like, I'll go, I'm just as God made me, sir. Do you guys know where that's from?
No, I don't.
Originally, it's from the movie This Is Spinal Tap. I was obsessed
man.
with that movie growing up, dude. It's one of the funniest movies ever. And I've been
Never
like,
heard
my
of it.
son, he's 16 now, so he's on this like kind of artsy kick, right? Where he's like, oh, I'm getting into stuff that's deep and artistic and blah, blah, blah. And so he's been wanting to watch like legendary movies. And I got to watch This Is Spinal Tap with him because it was kind of groundbreaking, right? It's the first ever mockumentary. It kind of created the genre. It was Rob Reiner, what's the guy's name? Christopher Guest. And they did like a whole series of movies. There's Best in Show and A Mighty Wind, Waiting for Guffman, and they're all fake documentaries, right? But the first one was This Is Spinal Tap, and it's like, have you guys ever seen Better Call Saul?
Yeah, I've seen like some of it and
Okay,
some clips
yeah.
and trailers.
You know the guy that plays Saul's brother, Chuck? No.
I do, yeah.
Okay, Ren does, because these guys are all fucking uncultured swine. So it's him as the lead singer of like a hair rock band called Spinal Tap, right? And it is one of the funniest movies ever. The guy that does like half the voices for The Simpsons plays bass. Christopher Guest, obviously, there they are right there. He's the guy on the right in those pictures is Christopher Guest. Apparently he's a huge dick and like asshole to work with. But I got that line from that movie because like they're in this hotel and it's back in the 80s when, you know, PC culture and wokeism and all that didn't exist yet. So their manager calls this guy at the hotel worker like a bloody poofter or whatever, like slang that British people used to use for gay people. And the guy goes, "I'm just as God made me, sir." And so it stuck with me. But check this out, even cooler. They recently made a new Spinal Tap movie, like a sequel. Well, they had a sequel that was like a money grab back in the day called Return of Spinal Tap, where they just got back from the Break Like the Wind tour. But this is like new, and it's like filmed now. They're all old and shit, and they get together for a reunion. And any Spinal Tap fans, you have to see this movie. It's phenomenal. Elton John sings Stonehenge with them.
Just
It's
keeps
so
getting
good. I
fucking
can't believe
gayer,
you
dude.
guys haven't seen this movie.
Keeps
That's
getting
fucking
fucking
insane.
gayer. It even got Elton
Keeps
John
getting
in it,
gayer.
dog.
Fucking Paul McCartney's in it too.
Wow.
Like, this movie was a
Just
big deal, and it's
Just
hilarious.
when I thought it was the
You watch
gayest.
that like after
Paul
Return of
McCartney.
Kids, for real.
Oh man.
From the
that's amazing.
Beatles, the guy from the Beatles.
The
Yeah.
Beatles.
He like
Man,
they're writing a song like in the studio, and he comes in and like tells him that what he's humming is wrong, which is hilarious.
Paul, you're wrong. Paul, you don't know your songs.
Right. I actually, you see that bass back there? It's a violin bass. It's the exact same one Paul McCartney plays, even though I hate the Beatles.
I fucking
Wow.
can't stand it. Yo, Paul McCartney
Yeah, I don't
is a
like the
fucking
Beatles either.
MI6 agent.
Is he?
100%. You got everyone fucking singing Kumbaya in fucking circles, being little pussy faggots, you know what I mean?
I thought that was John Lennon, wasn't it? I thought
John
John Lennon
Lennon.
was like a Trotskyist or something, wasn't
Oh, maybe I misspoke. Whatever.
He
they're all
probably.
great.
I mean,
Their
like they
music
were
sucks,
all
too.
the Beatles, and they all contributed to like the MK Ultra like drug culture of the '60s. So
he? Mhm.
Right. All MI6, dude. I'm telling you. All
they're
Also-
all MI6.
I feel like George Harrison was like the only salvageable one in that band, right? Because he went and did the Traveling Wilburys after that with like Roy Orbison and Tom Petty, and those guys are legends, man.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that. I fuck with Tom Petty. Heavy.
Dude,
I like
check
that.
out the Traveling Wilburys. They were my mom's favorite band. Well, except
No
for
kidding.
okay, she also liked James Taylor, which what are you gonna do? She's a boomer woman. Of course she liked James Taylor. But yeah, her and my dad used to rock to the Traveling Wilburys. I mean, it wasn't bad. Tom Petty's a singer and he's fantastic. Also, he is the best character in King of the Hill, hands down. Dude, do you guys not know King of the Hill either?
I know
Wait,
King of the
No,
Hill.
definitely
I don't-
know King of the Hill.
I don't.
Tom
my
Petty
favorite-
played
The
Lucky.
cartoon.
My favorite character is Dale.
Dale is great.
Wait, Tom
He's
Petty
funny as
actually plays a
fuck.
fucking character in it?
Pocket sand.
No way.
Yeah, man, Lucky. Tom Petty played Lucky.
No fucking way.
I swear
had
to
no
God,
idea.
dude, they like when they were creating the character, that guy, Mike Judge, he said he modeled Lucky after Tom Petty and kind of as a goof called up his people. They're like, "Hey, you want to play this guy?" And he was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, I do."
No shit.
Because
I had
Tom
no
Petty's
idea.
the shit.
Yo, Tom Petty is the shit.
Mhm.
That's fucking sweet.
Oh shit! I'm upside down, guys. You gotta like and subscribe to turn me right side up again.
All right, that was a weird little aside of mine. I apologize.
Well, I mean, now that we're on our favorite movies of all time, we might as well, start off with the Melania Trump fucking documentary.
Is that your favorite
Uh-huh.
movie?
No, that's yours.
Well,
It's definitely gonna be yours.
Clearly mine. You
What-
guys
what
don't know
is-
how much
what-
I love Melania Trump.
What's the Melania Trump documentary?
Dude,
What's
I don't
that?
know. I don't know.
Like, what does she even talk about?
She actually made a documentary.
She's actually making a documentary, dude, and Trump is fucking posting it all over the place, on all of his socials and stuff like that.
At least he supports his wife, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I
Didn't he
guess.
cheat on her like 1,000 times though?
I don't know, probably.
Isn't that
He
like his
got-
fourth wife too?
he got Stormy Daniels pregnant, right? Or some shit.
Yes.
What was it like?
Allegedly.
Wasn't that like what the Democrats were like trying to come after him about? Was paying her hush money or something? It was some weird,
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah,
legal-
but
Yeah.
what ground do the Democrats have to stand on when they made Kevin Spacey their mascot? Like that dude was diddling 18-year-olds and shit.
Well, it's almost like they're so similar. It's so similar.
They are
Same
similar. They're
same
all
thing.
why. That's
It's-
why Bill Clinton was in the red heels and blue dress in the Epstein painting.
Insane. Insane.
It's absolutely you can't do that. That's disgusting. Why would you do that? How could you?
You know, he
I
took
walked
that
in
out of
and I said,
Noah's
wow,
closet.
that's really gross.
That whole outfit.
Yeah, there it is.
Ugh.
Can you look up Ren? Can you look up Trump Obama chewing gum on YouTube Shorts? It's the funniest shit ever.
I don't know if I want to see this, Justin.
No, it's so fucking funny. It's so unbelievable. Turn it up. Start it from the beginning. Turn it up.
Chewing gum, and then on top
It's just
No, that's the clip.
India
Yeah.
going crazy that President Obama was constantly chewing gum, and then on top of that, he took it out of his mouth, put it back. You can't do it. It's disgusting. The people of India are going crazy that President Obama was constantly chewing gum.
that was the big highlight back then. Back
Dude,
then,
he was legit like perturbed. Like he was disturbed about he took the gum out of his mouth and then he put it back in and he
you
kept
can't do
chewing it.
that.
You can't do that. It's disgusting.
That's
It's
against the
disgusting.
Constitution.
That's the funniest shit. He was genuinely upset about that.
It's like complaining that Obama was double dipping his chips or something.
Remember that time that Obama showed up to a press conference in a tan suit, and all the Republicans just spazzed out for weeks about it? Like, I can't
remember
believe
that.
he would wear a tan suit. Who does that?
That's the
Tan
funniest
fucking
shit.
I never
suit.
understood that.
Meanwhile, they're completely okay with him just like slaughtering innocent civilians in drones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, well, under Obama, and like in the 2014 era, it was totally fine to extrajudicially kill United States citizen Abdul Anwar al-Awlaki. Like that's totally fine to kill like a U.S. citizen with impunity, but like God forbid he wear a tan suit. You know.
But we draw the line at the gum thing.
That's the
No, do you remember back in the
TV show.
2004 presidential election? I think his name was Howard Dean, was running for president, and he did like this weird, like, yeah!
Oh, I remember that shit.
And
was
he
fun.
lost, he lost the election because of that.
Dude, but he was hyped. He was hyped.
Right, pull up the Chapelle. Can we play Chapelle's show or is that copyrighted?
I'm not sure honestly. We can pull it up.
Do it
Yeah,
anyways.
pull up the Chapelle show Howard Dean thing. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Back then, people would
understand.
lose their
You guys.
people would lose their elections for the stupidest thing. Like they would blink the wrong way, or they would just like. I remember Hillary Clinton had a hot sauce in her purse, and that was a big controversy
That
too.
shit
Like,
was
oh my
so
God,
stupid.
who does she think she's trying to culturally
the Dem-
assimilate?
The Democrats are so fucking corny, man. Like, it's time to Pokemon go to the polls. I keep hot sauce in my purse. I'm so relatable.
I'm so lucky I was born in '99 and like I couldn't miss all that dumbass shit. Like the fuck is this?
You
dog?
avoid
Oh yeah, this
all
is the
this
clip. This is funny as shit.
All right, watch.
We're
Let's
going to
watch
New
it.
Hampshire, Tom Harkin. We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
And that right there cost him the
He
presidency.
just lists a bunch of states. Yeah.
It's almost, dude. It's almost as bad as when Bill Gates and his cronies were like dancing on stage.
Go to New York. We're going to go to Vermont. We're going to go to Oregon. We're going to go to Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. We're going to Cancun for spring break. We're going to go to Montreal. We're going to Vancouver. I'm going all over the world. And then I'm coming all the way to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
Dude.
If he did it in like his who was that? His Clayton Bigsby, fucking the white supremacist.
Yeah, bro.
But it's just crazy how much politics have changed so overnight. It seems like Trump could just do whatever he wants and get away with it, but anybody else does anything slightly out the norm and they get crucified for it.
That's a really good point, Richie, because like it seems that as things get worse in this country, right? Like people losing jobs, struggling paycheck to paycheck, going into debt, everything's getting more expensive. The politics have kind of escalated along with it. And we seem at a time where we need unity, we need to stand together just as Americans. We seem to be like cordoned off into these teams that like what you said made me think of when Trump said he could shoot someone in the middle of the street and get away with it. There are people that would defend him no matter how wrong he is if he did that. There's people that have defended him doing insane shit, like kidnapping the president of Venezuela for no goddamn reason, right?
Yeah, it gets away with everything.
Well, and it's like, and it's not just like Trump people either. It's liberals have to agree with whatever the new woke trend is, right?
It's almost like they stop with like the superficial theatricals, and now it's like kidnapping the president of Venezuela is now like the fucking theatrical.
The pretensions that they even utilized was completely bullshit. Ren, can you bring up that Gray Zone article that talks about the supposed Venezuelan drug cartels and how those supposed cartels were actually directly funded by the CIA?
They even admitted in the mainstream media that they made that shit up.
They made that shit up.
And there were people just breaking apart their families, like screaming at each other, coworkers at each other's throats, neighbors hating each other, believing this, right? Because they're saying like, well, Trump wouldn't lie to me.
The sports teamification of politics has resulted in a climate, like a social and political climate, where like you can basically engage in false logic of I can cannibalize my fellow Americans because they have wrongthink. They're against my sports team, so I was staunchly against the killing of Charlie Kirk and all that stuff on principle, even though like on a personal level, I do not care about Charlie Kirk as an individual, but on principle, nobody should be killed for their views. And if you look at Charlie Kirk's, a lot of his talking points, they're pretty milquetoast compared to like other pundits on the quote unquote right. And
it was like, hey, women are women and men are men. The scandal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Wow. How dare he say
Charlie
that?
Kirk killed. I want to know.
So then, like, you have the that woman that was killed by ICE being made into like a Charlie Kirk for the left, the quote unquote left, and then you have Charlie Kirk on the quote unquote right. You have these different tragedies that are being utilized by mainstream media, mainstream pundits on social media and the press. They're utilizing them towards the ends of like encouraging Americans to cannibalize one another. Meanwhile, when you look at the ICE protests, they don't effectively amount to anything consequential. Nobody's holding corrupt business owners accountable for hiring immigrant labor. There's no one directly going after the businesses and corporations that hire illegal immigrants. Instead, we have Americans eating each other while the ruling class just laughs at us.
And that's what I don't get, Justin. We're told to, the ICE is solving the mass immigration crisis, but they're just going after the immigrants. Isn't that sort of like, okay, let's say you got a brain tumor and this brain tumor is giving you headaches. It's like when you get a headache, you take an ibuprofen, but you still got this brain tumor giving you headaches. Like, this isn't addressing the problem. By the way, I got like a sort of conspiracy theory about what's really going on with ICE. I want to get into it, but it drives me crazy. Why not go after the people hiring these guys?
Because they got money.
Well,
they got money.
There's no effective targeting of the institutional powers that facilitate the exploitation of foreign labor and illegal labor. There's no targeting of these corrupt business owners that take advantage of it. Everyone's just pointing at one another as like average citizens and like fighting each other in the streets. But then like ICE in and of itself is effectively becoming a paramilitary force that can be used to terrorize and keep the American populace in check.
And I think that's part of it. I think that's on purpose, right?
Yeah.
because narratively, it ties into what we were just talking about, right? They got all these people that will defend anything and everything ICE does because that's what they're told to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so then the same people controlling ICE, like our ruling elite, the establishment or the deep state or the globalists or whatever the fuck you want to call them, they can sneak in this sort of thrashing of our Constitution, right? And the elimination of rights for Americans, not just immigrants, but Americans, in this guise. They can get people to not just be okay with it, but cheer it on as it happens. And it's fucking terrifying that people don't see that. Like, I talk about this at work, and people are like, "Oh, you're crazy, Noah. Like, that can't really happen." I'm like, "The fuck can't."
Well, you can point to a practical example of how this is happening right under our feet. In that Palantir opened up a huge contract with ICE. So the very surveillance technology. Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
On top of that, fucking, you see Amazon and the Ring doorbells and stuff are now sending fucking information straight to that Palantir ICE database.
That's some straight up Black Mirror shit, man.
Immigration
OS, yeah.
It's disgusting. You're right. They're throwing out the Constitution.
Well, another thing too is that like the performative power struggle that's being waged between the Democrat and Republican Party on like the grounds of the institutional validity of NATO as an organization, and then also the contradiction of Trump trying to reintroduce classical Monroe Doctrine. So that power struggle, in addition to the conflict with like Democrat Representative and Governor Tim Walz, right, in Minnesota, all of these things are basically being put into place to situate a constitutional crisis, which will result in a collapse, which allows for a power vacuum. And that power vacuum is going to be filled by whatever this Peter Thiel, Curtis Yarvin, like JD Vance type of block. Curtis Yarvin, he has the ear of some of the most top influential people in the Trump administration. And that is influencing this this turn of events in a way where, like, when you see a collapse, there's going to be a power vacuum, and whatever this stuff is going to fill that void.
And here's the really scary thing about that, Justin. If you look into the ideology of these like sort of Silicon Valley shadowy, I mean, there's nothing else you could call them but cartel heads, right? It's really, really, really messed up. Like, they don't see people like us as equal human beings with them, right? They see themselves as far above. And the crazy thing is, as people sort of cheer on the culmination of their own oppression, like you thought the British Empire back in the 1700s was bad. That's nothing compared to what these guys want to do. As they cheer it on, they sort of make them right, you know, and it sort of becomes this validation loop for them. So they continue what they're doing because we're all mindless fucking sheep anyway. Right.
They've successfully convinced a large segment of the American populace to recklessly clamor for their own enslavement, for sure.
Exactly.
90% of those fucking faggots on Twitter and Instagram cheering them on are fucking feds anyways. They're on the payroll, dude. They probably that Cam Higbee, that fucking pussy. He's probably on the DHS payroll.
At least a third of them have gotten the $7,000 payment. At least a third.
They're fucking making out with that wall, dog.
Oh yeah, they're kissing that wall 100%.
Disgusting, absolutely disgusting people. But hey, at least we get the Melania Trump documentary. Huh? There you go. At least we got the documentary.
The most important thing.
How many scenes do you think they shot in Tel Aviv? Huh? How many scenes do you think they shot in Tel Aviv? That's the real fucking question I got.
It's all like AI backgrounds and shit. It's all in Tel Aviv, actually. I want to go back to this ICE thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I really think that this is sort of, it's a perfect cover to bring in a higher level of oppression, right? Like, real fucking police state jackboots, like don't step out of line kind of deal. The sad fact is people don't know how to deal with that, right? Like what do? They go and they protest, right? Which is totally like led by the Democrats, and it's all performance and does nothing. I mean, they had the largest protest demonstration in American history after they killed George Floyd, right? And what happened? Fucking nothing. They changed nothing. They made like a mural of the guy. So I don't give a fuck, right? So what's going to happen now? Nothing. And in this, you get these sort of narrative catalysts that that's how I refer to them in my head. You get people getting violent, or you get accidents that can fight against it, right? Like that mailman that flipped off the ICE guy and called him a loser. That was amazing. I'm sorry.
That was hilarious.
Play the whole thing, Ren.
Go home, you
He's
fucking.
a fucking hero.
United States Postal Service.
That's awesome.
It's based.
Hell yeah.
I
Look
salute
at this
you,
guy.
sir. What? I'm glad my tax dollars went to that. But it's scary because these ICE agents get no training. They're killing people all over the place. They just killed that Alex Peretti guy, right? They just ran over that other lady. I mean, they're straight up murdering people because they don't get any training. And the training they do get comes from the IDF. So of course they're killing their own citizens because that's what the IDF does. It's
I got
wild.
something to say about that whole thing, the Alex Pretty guy. It took fucking, 7 or 8 ICE agents to hold this dude down, and they still couldn't even hold him down. Like, you're grown-ass men, dude. You're grown-ass men. Me, a 5'7", 150-pound man, not even 55. Just because I had 15 years of wrestling experience and other martial arts, judo, jiu-jitsu, you name it, I would beat the living fuck out of all 8 fucking ICE agents. I would make those dudes cry. Legitimately fucking cry. Look at these pussies. Look at these absolute pussies. Pepper spraying and, the pull and the push, so feminine. Look at them.
And let's remember, this guy was an American citizen. He wasn't an illegal immigrant. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was exercising his rights as an American. I probably disagreed with him on more than we agreed on. But I believe in his right to be able to disagree, right? And show it however the fuck he wants. That's supposed to be what we do. That's supposed to be who we are. But these guys, I'm telling you guys, man, this goes so fucking deep. It's all going away. Like, I am terrified for what's going to happen when my son is my age. Like, where are they going to be if we don't do something about this?
You know what, too? What's to stop ICE agents from breaking up strikes, accusing the strikers of being immigrants, right? Who knows where they're going to draw the boundary? Where are they going to draw the line?
That's a great
Nobody
point,
knows.
Richie.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking point. And especially with Vance and Trump giving them absolute immunity. They do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, think about it. If a bunch of brown immigrant workers go on strike, the simple solution for them would be to just call ICE.
Maybe even more effective than the Pinkertons in some ways.
Yeah,
because they can they could go out and work alongside the Pinkertons.
As a matter of fact, talking about migrants, I was on a meeting on Friday, and drivers are going to the DMV to renew their licenses, their CDLs, and they're being downgraded to the Class D, ultimately losing their jobs. And this guy lost his CDL.
What's a Class D?
Class D is the regular driver's license. It's,
shit.
The basics of what you get when you go to, get your first license for driving a car. But this guy went to the DMV to renew his CDL, and he was downgraded because he was a permanent resident, not a citizen, a resident. And now a lot of these drivers out here at the ports are scared shitless to renew their CDL. They are afraid. Yep.
So they're basically like forcing them to break the law, right? Because if you can't renew your CDL, you're going to do the job without renewing it, right?
They're gonna have to make a choice. If they're, I don't know what the rule is to have a CDL. Apparently, it changed. Back then, you could have had a CDL if you had a work visa, if you had a green card, or if you're a permanent resident. Apparently, now none of those three things are good enough. You have to be a U.S. citizen to have a CDL now.
It's interesting to me the timing of all of this. For years and years, it was, you know, everyone said like immigrants are fine. It's illegal immigrants that are the problem.
Now they changed the definition. Now legal immigrants are the problem. So which one is it? Which one, you know, they change the rules as they go along.
And you know, I hate to sound like a lib, but this country would be nothing without mass immigration. I mean, it was built on waves of mass immigration: Chinese, Irish, Italian, German. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Stands for?
Yeah, without a passport.
Yep, without a passport.
Yeah, without a passport. I was literally about to say that. They used to call those Ellis Island Italians, they would call them wops and guineas.
Yep.
You guinea fuck.
That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
Oh wait, you're Italian, Phil?
I am Italian.
I'm out of here.
Italian
I'm black.
stallion.
That means I'm colored.
You know, my grandma, my grandparents were on both sides actually were immigrants, believe it or not. And my grandma, she was from Georgia, so when they moved here, it was the first time they saw black people at all. And she always called them colored. That's what you did when you were in that era, right? But I remember her like very distinctly going, I don't see why the coloreds get such a bad rap. I'm like, I don't know.
Base.
Right. And don't get me wrong. I mean, she was racist, but like in an Eastern European way, right? Like she hated Polish people for no goddamn reason. Just hated them. But like, yeah, I remember, I don't see why those coloreds get such a bad rap.
Noah, is Azerbaijan part of Eastern Europe?
Kinda. It's like Central Asia. It's right on the edge. Yeah,
I had a friend that was from Azerbaijan, and he would hate the Russians and talk shit about them all the time. And I was always confused about that. Like, you know,
nowadays the Azerbaijanis are kind of just libs. So
Sick fucking wrestlers coming out of Azerbaijan though. Absolutely disgusting, dude. That whole area, Dagestan, Azerbaijan, disgusting. Iran as well. Iran's got some really good.
2 years Dagestan, forget.
Brother, if you want your son high level wrestling, send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Two years
Iowa.
Dagestan,
2 years Iowa, 2 years Pennsylvania. Forget. Fuck Dagestan. Fuck Azerbaijan. We got the good fucking wrestling here.
We got that American style wrestling.
Exactly.
We got American style boxing. We got American style wrestling. It's named after us.
Smoking motherfuckers.
Yo, straight up, one of the like best things about being American is our sports, man. We have the best shit here. Like, I'm sorry, rest of the world, but soccer's kind of gay.
100% agree.
It's called football across the world.
Yeah, but our football is better, God damn it.
Yo, I think baseball.
It's just more fun to watch and play. I will always have that Bernie Kosar jersey hanging on my wall. Best, most underrated quarterback ever to play the goddamn game.
Dude, what's kind of, I remember in high school, some of my fucking classmates, they were into like motocross and skateboarding and snowboarding and shit, and dirt biking and four-wheel racing.
Was that when it was called Extreme?
Yeah, like the X Games, yeah, all that shit. Like Shaun White was one of my favorite snowboarders. Yeah,
like you'd like be snowboarding down the hill, eating some Doritos and shit because they were the extreme snack.
But yeah, well, Shaun White got a Red Bull sponsorship. A lot of them.
What's he been up to?
I don't know what he's up to now, but like he did some pretty gnarly shit back in the day. When I was in high school and elementary school, like in 8th grade and stuff, fucking
Yo, wait, Justin, I hate to interrupt, but that was Carrot Top. Go back, Ren.
Shaun White kind of does. He looks like a skinny Carrot Top. Yeah.
Straight up Carrot Top.
Or they must be
But,
related.
He was
um,
originally skinny. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Okay,
He
I'm
used to-
stupid. I apologize. Go ahead, Justin. The floor is yours, my brother.
No,
You
no.
guys are
I was
old
gonna
as
say
shit.
to you and Phil's commentary that like it's like soccer's kind of gay. I remember we used to call them grass fairies because they spent more time they spent more time trying to win an Oscar for a fake penalty card than they did actually playing the fucking sport. Is what it felt
now
like.
it's football doing the same shit.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
what,
now football is doing the same shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
played
I'm a
little
Bills fan, but Josh Allen, I love Josh Allen. That motherfucker's an actor, dog.
He could
Dude.
Oscar worthy.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you,
Oscar
he's
worthy.
getting some tips from his wife, Haley. Chapelle.
I'll tell you what. I played a little football in college, but I came out of
No.
soccer. I never made the team. I was on the practice squad. I was a punter, right? But I came out of soccer. I was really effing good at soccer. I was on the first ever minors Cleveland United Premier League team, right?
Shut up.
So like,
No way.
yeah, for real. Like
That's
I remember very, very distinctly. I wasn't good enough to get scouted by pros, but that team got looked at by pros, right? So like people I played with went and played pro soccer, which is how I know it's so gay.
I know.
So I'm
deep,
such
deep,
a sports fan though. It's like all high level sports are sick to watch. Like
They are.
I could sit there and watch fucking Olympic soccer for fucking days, dude. I love it. Even Olympic tennis, badminton, dude. Like I love that shit. I live for it, man.
My wife got real into that documentary where the Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy and the pretty boy movie star bought a soccer team in England.
Was that
Give me a
that,
second. I
Apple
know what you're
TV
talking
thing?
about. It.
You know what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah.
it's called like something's Wrexham
Oh.
because the team's Wrexham in Wales, right? And it was a cool show, but like the way British soccer works is hardcore, dude. Like I kind of
What about
wish our
rugby?
shit worked like that. Like, so they have different levels, like tiers of leagues, right? And if you're the best team in a lower league, you
That's what I
move
was thinking.
up to the next league up, and so you make more money.
you know,
Like and subscribe. All that shit. Like
you know who one of the most based soccer player was ever? Maradona. Look up Maradona, Argentina, Che Guevara tattoo. Maradona.
we need to do like Che Guevara in America right now, man. Like somebody to like come along and be like, what was it he said as he died? Like shoot, coward, you will only kill a man.
That
That's
photo
so-
goes hard with the cigar, leaning back with the stogie.
It goes real hard. We need
Swear to
doesn't
God, yo,
Mike
Che
Tyson has
Guevara
a
was
Che
in
tattoo too,
Minneapolis
right?
right now, bro.
Huh?
Che Guevara was in Minneapolis right now, it'd be over.
He'd be an
Wait,
illegal
wait.
immigrant, man.
Dude, he'd be like, come on, people, we ain't putting up with this like anti-constitutional shit. He'd be like leading us through the hills, and
Real
I
shit
don't know
though.
why like this is
how
my
many-
leading through the hills. Like I
How
got
many
them
people
calling.
got to get shot by these fucking pigs for someone to get up?
Dude,
and do something?
and you know
Like,
all
stop
of this
piling
shit.
fucking dumpsters and go fucking
What-
use
what-
your Second Amendment, you faggots.
What really,
Go do
you know what? It's crazy that like all of this was kickstarted by Nick Shirley's reporting on like Somali like daycare fraud. But that daycare fraud shit was covered in another article, not even by him, over a year ago. It was more better documented. And then another thing too is that the Somali like daycare fraud, like, oh, it's illegal Somali immigrants and all this other bullshit. Like all the fraud that has been happening in Minnesota, like in total for the past 5 years, it dwarfs what the Somali fraud is. There's so much fraud overall in Minnesota that was never addressed, never talked about. But because Nick Shirley put a spotlight on the Somali daycare shit, now Trump has to performatively crack the whip and show some sort of show of force using ICE as like a paramilitary in order to, oh, see, folks, I'm actually doing something. I'm not going senile at 85 years old. I'm actually doing something. I'm terrorizing Minnesotans.
You know,
But it just goes to show you how powerful social media and the internet is. A lot of people underestimate it, but if you could just go viral you could actually shape and change the trajectory of politics in the country.
Well,
Social
the-
media
the-
is
the-
very, very real. The real life effects that social media have concretizes social media entirely. Like
but
the impact is undeniable.
to kind of like judo flip you guys' point though, there's real fakeness to social media, because getting back to Nick Shirley, he didn't go viral with that shit until he did a puff piece with a former IDF soldier in Palestine.
The effect that fake
The
news
the
has
effect
is what makes it fucking real. You know what I mean? That's what
the
makes
effect
it real.
is
Fake news is very real as well.
the effect is real. The effect is real, but this guy did not go viral until he did a ride along with a former IDF soldier, like smearing the resistance forces in Palestine that were trying to defend themselves against genocide.
No,
So
I don't even know nothing about this guy.
Look, and it's I hate to like do this like trope, but the media control issue is important. You know,
Yeah.
if the forces in charge of the IDF can make someone blow up in exchange for positive coverage of what they're doing,
yeah,
they control the way we perceive the world. Look, back when our dads and grandparents and whatever were working, when they were our age, people got their idea of what the world was from their neighborhood, from their workplace. But these days that don't happen, right? We get it from the internet. We get it from watching movies and TV shows, like the sort of background knowledge that gives us preconceptions about how things work. And if you can control that, you got more mind control than MK Ultra ever could have fucking dreamed of.
To add even further to your points, why the CIA spends over $100,000 per year on Hollywood. We would like think of the hilarity. Think of the hilarity and comedy that it is that the one of the Rambo films celebrates the Mujahideen, which will later on become Al Qaeda. Right?
That was Osama bin Laden.
That's Osama bin Laden. We literally had puff pieces in the press celebrating Osama bin Laden. And then for more contemporary evidence, just look at the MI6 films with Tom Cruise. Fucking Top Gun got rebooted with China as a near peer adversarial threat. Right? We got to keep the dollars churning. Got to keep the perception going that like, hey, we're still in a Cold War. The Cold War never ended, guys.
We gotta keep taking all
they make
the
a
fucking
mean
money
movie,
to
though.
buy more bombs and all this other bullshit.
They do make sick fucking movies, though.
I will admit that the Top Gun films have a lot of aura for sure.
I loved Top Gun as a kid. That was one of my favorite movies. But this reboot movie, The Maverick, sucked. Fuck that movie.
I
Fuck
liked
that movie.
It was alright. It wasn't that bad.
I heard good things about it.
Get out the way and give Goose's son a chance to be the hero. He's got to come in and save the day at like 90. Fuck that boomer piece of shit.
At 90.
I fucking loved it.
shows
Mission
you
Impossibles too.
motherfucker.
The Mission Impossible movies were fucking awesome. Loved them.
But just to like deconstruct the narratives that dwell within the MI6 films as a franchise, the ones that have like revolutionary outlooks or visions for the world, they're villainized, and then the MI6 team are set up in a way where they preserve the ruling liberal global world order.
And that's by the way, that's the order that has us in the state of affairs we're in.
Yeah.
But how can people be that naive that they can see people they call globalists and know are nefarious forces like at the World Economic Forum and all this other shit and go, oh yeah, those are heroes though.
Think of the few times where Hollywood gets a little too close to the truth and they make something that's correct. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Black Adam, right? That the whole narrative in that was basically an anti-Marvel film. It was an anti-Avengers film because the Avengers are the underwear on the outside wearing fucking lib cucks that come in to preserve the world order. But then Black Adam's like, leave this country alone, stop intervening. You don't need the Justice League to come in and be the world police. Let this country defend itself. It was Hollywood accidentally presenting a kind of practical nationalist principle of like national sovereignty.
But
it's kind of funny.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one. I'm gonna have to watch it. I stopped watching all the
good one.
superhero movies. I
That's a
did
good
watch
movie.
The Peacemaker with my son. He was real into that one.
I heard that.
I like that one.
I heard that series is fucking hilarious. I
It
heard that's a
is. It's
very funny
really
show.
dude. That guy, what's his face? The
John
star,
Cena.
John Cena. He is hilarious, dude. And I know
Dude, he's
kind of
actually a good actor. He's funny as fuck.
he really is.
You know what other important thing that John Cena was in? Bing Chilling.
What was he in?
Bing Chilling.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋。
I never
The
seen
fucking
Oh.
the Chinese ice cream commercial meme.
Yeah, he was mispronouncing a word in Chinese, and they just made fun of him for that. Yeah.
He's like pro peace with China, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, before he got like became like a big movie star, like I didn't fuck with him because you know he was in the WWE and like all the retards liked fucking John Cena for some reason. You know, but I love him now. He's fucking hilarious. He's so.
Can I
funny.
show you guys something real funny?
Yes,
Hold
please
on.
do, Ren.
Please.
If you're wondering who that disembodied voice is, it's our producer, Ren. Show us something funny, Ren.
He's in this movie called Fred,
Oh
which
my
is
god.
this YouTuber who's like got this really whiny voice, and he's I think the dad of Fred.
Why?
I don't know.
Remember this, yo? Shut
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you old fucks don't remember this. Ren and I do.
Jeanette
I
Curry's in it.
remember this shit, and I was like, I can miss that. I can 100% miss that.
The first thing I remember, he was in that. Fuck, it's a female comedian, Amy something.
Amy
had a movie-
Schumer.
Was it Amy Schumer? She had a movie
Amy
called
Schumer.
Trainwreck, and he played her boyfriend. He was fucking funny in it.
Is it true that
Nice.
Amy Schumer is related to Chuck Schumer?
Is she?
I think they're related. Yeah.
Man, Chuck
Wait,
Schumer's a liberal piece of shit, man.
He's a neoliberal.
Wait, Ren doesn't think he's a liberal piece of
No,
shit.
no.
Damn.
I don't think they're related.
No, I'm messing around. I'm fucking around.
They got the same last name. They're related.
They must be. There's no other possible explanation.
Schumer sounds pretty Israeli, doesn't it?
Oh
Sounds
wait,
pretty Israeli.
they're cousins.
Oh,
He
boy,
is
there we
Chuck
go.
Schumer.
I
Chuck
told
Schumer.
you.
Cousins.
I
Chuck
told
Schumer
you.
is a Zionist in addition to being a lib cuck. So yeah.
Of course he is. He's like Mr. fucking Democrat, right?
Yeah.
You can't be a politician.
I
and
can't
not
wait
be
for
a
him to
Zionist
retire.
unless you're Thomas Massey. That guy's like the last like honest politician we got.
Thomas Massey is so fucking based, man. Like he put out the counter amendment to the bill that passed, allowing they were already doing this shit, but they were formalizing it and acknowledging that they officially do it. But Thomas Massey put out a counter amendment saying that federal authorities and the government no longer can be allowed to remote access your vehicle and control it. And
Down, didn't it?
yeah, they tried to shoot it down, but it's going to be reevaluated and put to another vote again. But he's trying to counter that shit. You know, hats off to him because he's actually trying. But realistically, all he's doing is trying to hold back the tide, because this is basically just the way I put it is that they're just openly admitting that they're doing this shit. That's what that vote means. They're just openly admitting that they can remote access your vehicle. There's an interview with like a former CIA field operative who said, "Oh yeah, we can just fucking take over the CPU of your Tesla and have you high speed into a fucking tree, like whenever we want."
Do you know if that's
Oh.
only with like Teslas and like electric vehicles?
No,
or is
it's-
that with
it's,
fucking, like,
All,
gas
all
vehicles?
cars
So-
got CPUs now, man.
All
Right.
vehicles after 2014 or something like that. All vehicles made after 2014 have a specific operating platform where their CPU can be taken over, and they can override the driving controls of your vehicle. Yeah.
But
Crazy.
think about that for a minute. Like, we're living in goddamn Black Mirror. I swear to God, dude, if Thomas Massey like just posted on his X tomorrow, like, fuck this government, let's take it over, you know how many people will be with him? I'd be like, let's start this goddamn revolution, Tom. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm so goddamn sick of it. Every night, like, I stay up in bed thinking of all the horrible shit that people don't even know about. And think about this. This is just what we know about. The shit they leak through the cracks. Like, think about the shit they pull that we got no idea of.
Every aspect of civilian technology that we have access to, every aspect of civilian data that we've learned from leaks in regards to the technology that the federal government has access to, like, it's 15 years behind what they already are researching and what they have. Yeah. I think there's a
army of Terminators out there just ready for like anyone that wants to fuck with them.
Well, there's a Stanford University white paper that got released like years ago that I was trying to raise attention to on my Twitter a while ago. And it basically details how they can alter your neurological pathways and replace memories using blue light emission. So anything that emits blue lights can alter your memories. It can replace your memories through manipulation of blue light frequencies. And they tested it on
none of this shit because my girlfriend was like, who got me into like conspiracies, right? And I would tell her all the time, I'm like, you're fucking stupid. Like, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like, shit started coming true. So I don't fucking doubt you, Justin. I don't doubt you whatsoever. I believe it, honestly.
There's so much weird shit out there.
Make sure you subscribe to Making America, bro.
You know the fat Romanian philosopher guy, the Slavoj Zizek?
Yeah.
So I was watching a video of his a while ago where he's talking about, like, that guy worked with the CIA back in the day, back in Romania. So he's talking about some of his buddies, and he was like asking the guy about mind control technology, and like, you know, he's like, obviously you guys still pursue this. I'm not stupid. I'm this smart philosopher guy. And he's like, well, here's the thing. Everybody thinks that, you know, mind control and like direct interfering with someone's brain would be sort of like you're a puppet doing things that you don't want to do. Like there's some outside force forcing you to, you know, raise your left arm, and you're like, oh, my arm, I can't put it down, right?
The way that it works is the way that it actually works is gaslighting you into believing it was your idea in the first place.
Exactly.
That's the proper technique.
That's it. And that is so much scarier. So much scarier.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not like a huge fan of this guy, but Michel Foucault, in his like postmodern interpretation of like power dynamics, he talks about how like the formalistic structure of institutions, of liberal institutions, has a voluntaristic element where, and you can see how it's all pervasive in social media to this day now. So he was speaking truth to something, but basically it's a voluntaristic structure where, oh, okay, yeah, you have freedom of speech, but we have a private platform, and if you say that, there's going to be consequences for it. You'll be excluded from the system. You can observe in practicality this voluntaristic power structure where you're protected under freedom of speech, like constitutional law, but then they can debank you. They can shut down your bank accounts. They can shut down your PayPal. They can shut down your fucking your Streamlabs that you get donations from because they don't like what you're streaming. They can shut down your YouTube AdSense. They can deboost you in the algorithm.
Take away your check mark. That's what happened to a few people.
Jackson Hinkle.
Everything that happened to Jackson Hinkle. So you voluntarily clicked the terms of service, the 10,000 page legalese that's purposefully.
Who reads that? Yeah,
nobody reads that shit. It's purposefully obscure so that you don't read it and don't know your rights, so that they can do whatever they want to you and say, well, you signed up for our platform. It's our platform and we own it. All of liberal institutions nowadays, they operate off of the same logic framework. So yeah.
You know, it's really. I'm glad you mentioned that, because when I complain about the ports and what's happening in trucking, people tell me, well, you know, nobody put a gun to these people's head and made them buy a truck. And I'm like, yeah, true, but the system has us thinking that that's the norm.
Oh, come on.
No,
dude.
Richie was spitting.
Dude, he was spitting and the
spitting.
feds, the fucking feds got him, man.
Yo.
Fuck.
That's exactly
I think
what
his
Justin just
connection
said.
is.
They can shut you down.
Dude, the glowies are cutting off Richie's connection because they know his power level. Fuck.
Look, it's
Richie's like the Black Adam of the ports, dude. He's here to save every fucking dock worker from the heroes
Richie.
with the underpants on the outside, you know.
Oh, he's still not back yet. Fuck.
Well,
damn.
that would
That
be a
stole
good
the
time
mojo.
to shout out Tucker Carlson, dude. I got me
Shout
some
out Tucker
helmets.
Carlson. I got the fucking
But look,
I got the spearmint threes.
Yo, I got the European jug.
I got one in the bottom and I got one in the top.
you guys are fucking hipsters, man.
This dude's a killer. Justin's a killer. Watch out for
Here's
this
all
guy.
you need: ghetto cigarettes.
I'm gonna go
Tell
for a
that to my
third.
lady.
Huh?
My lady would kill me if she.
What, dude? I was smoking Pall Malls on a job, and they were like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you, dude? You're smoking Pall Malls? What are you, fucking crazy? What's wrong with you, dude?"
Up here, we got a lot of reservations, so we smoke the Senecas. The Senecas.
I like
smoke
Senecas.
Every other cigarette, dog. They're so
Yeah,
good.
but Senecas, I don't get like breakouts or itchy stuff from, like, they're clean. They smoke clean.
My wife took her mom to the casino there and brought a whole bunch of smokes back. It was awesome. There he is.
So good.
Just go right on.
Yo,
keep
run it,
going on
Richie.
your
Run
rant,
it. Run it
Richie.
back
You
at
never
like.
stop, Richie.
Run it back to the. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you buy a truck. Run it back.
You got the call.
Now you got the call.
7K.
Falling
sitting
asleep,
in
Richie?
Richie's
Are you
account.
okay? Richie, can you not hear us?
Blue light.
He's just
Blue
making
light,
a
It's the
noise.
blue light. Richie, what the fuck, man? Say
Hello?
something.
There you go.
There you go.
There he is.
Oh, my bad. I had a phone call to come in. But what I was saying, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, nobody put a gun to these drivers' head and make them become an owner operator. And I tell them, like, yeah, it's true, but the system has us thinking that, you know, that's what we're supposed to do. You know, if you want to elevate yourself in the career, you got to move on from being a company driver to an owner operator, then eventually into a full-blown company motor carrier. But that whole middle gray area that's the problem. That's a legal loophole that a lot of these companies use to union bust and to push all the costs of the business onto the worker, having them own the truck without having their own operating authority to be a full-blown carrier. But yeah, to go back to what you were saying, Justin, you know, that's the way the system has us brainwashed. It has us brainwashed into having their common sense, into thinking that their reality is the common sense.
It's crazy, man. If we would do a little more just thinking for ourselves and like stop trusting so blindly, right? Just stop trusting so blindly that everybody is on the level and everything is on the level, and think about what's actually good for you and your family. We'd be a lot better off. Like the owner operator thing's even more fucked up than that. Justin was telling me the other day about this like right to repair thing. It's beyond messed up. We should talk about that, Justin.
Dude, we should run that video.
Yes.
We should run that video. Edison Motors. Shout out Edison Motors. If you're seeing this, you're a fucking real one. You're a fucking warrior of the working class. And you're a stand-up fucking individual. And I want you to know, like, we agree with you. Common sense policy for average workers that are trying to start their own business. Common sense.
Play that shit, Ryan.
Video, I want to talk about something that means a lot to me and one of the core values of Edison Motors, because we're in an investment raise right now, and I want to make sure that no investor comes in here that does not believe in the values I believe with. That starts with right to repair, planned obsolescence, and let's talk about the enshittification that's happening to the automobile manufacturing.
Well, can you pause real quick?
Enshittification that's a real term now.
That's a
actually
beautiful word.
it's
Enshittification.
enshittification. Your phone, your car, your fucking truck. Like the fact that they want you to pay 80 grand for a fucking GMC Sierra or some bullshit, and then the transmission breaks in a year, and then they want you to pay subscription fees for heated seats and all this other bullshit. Like it's fucking retarded. Everything's getting worse on purpose.
It's an enshittification. I couldn't put it better. I could not.
It's a great word.
Now, to start with, I saw a news article from The Drive the other day, and believe it or not, you're not allowed to change your own brake shoes anymore, at least not without paying a monthly subscription. So if you want to buy a car and you want to change one of your brake pads, you know, a brake pad, a simple thing that wears down like a tire, you use it, you wear it down, it's maintenance, you replace it. Sure would love to do my own. No, you got to buy a $2,000 to $6,000 computer, and then you need to pay a monthly subscription to have access to the computer to allow you to change your brake pads in your vehicle. They're just trapping you into this monthly subscription bullshit that doesn't need to occur. Sorry about my language.
Can we pause this real quick? So this is it. I don't know if you guys know, but like a few months ago to even like a year ago, it's probably been going on for like 2 years now. But really, like last year, it came to a head. But Dodge was about to fucking shut down. I mean, all of these companies were about to pull out, form fucking conglomerates, whatever. You know what I mean? Just because nobody was buying new cars, and that's why Trump's talking about all the extending finances, extending leases, and stuff like that. And then you come out with this shit, paying a monthly subscription for a computer just to change your freaking brake pads. That is diabolical.
Dude, we're in this weird like situation where they can't keep profits high enough, right? Like the rate that their profits are made at just constantly falls. It's just what happens, right? Like the denominator gets bigger even as everything else stays the same. Basically, inflation keeps going, and you get sort of like rising price, rising wages to meet it, rising price, everything, like shit never evens out, right? Go ahead, Justin.
All of it keeps trending toward look at the Star Spangled Bannerification of you will own nothing and be happy. Because the you will own nothing and be happy, everyone, oh, it's commies, it's libs, it's leftists. It's like, well, you can now get your bug meal, your bug food is now Patriot protein, and you're gonna live in the Patriot cities. The Patriot cities is gonna be you're gonna live in the pod, but it's a patriotic pod, and you're gonna rent everything. You're not gonna own anything, and you'll be patriotic. So
meanwhile,
regardless,
communists have 90% home ownership rates.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in
smart cars.
Meanwhile, in China, you have a 90% home ownership rate. I just want to point this out. The agenda is still on the menu, man. We have Donald Trump in office. We have like the official like Trump administration Twitter saying shit like globalization is over. The era of America first is now, and all this other bullshit. And it's like, is it really though? Because it seems like the agenda is rolling on smooth. You're gonna pay a subscription fee to change your brake pads. You're gonna own nothing. You don't own your vehicle.
That's insane. Okay, let's think about that for a minute. I'm driving my car. My brake pads start going out. First of all, they want me to buy this stupid little computer to tell me something I already know, right? Then I'm not even allowed to fix them myself. I can't go into the store, buy new brake pads, and fix my own car. I have to pay a subscription, and then they do it for me. Fuck that. You're absolutely right on this. You will own nothing. This, like them saying it's Patriot this, America that, is all smoke and mirror. They're ripping us off and they're pushing us down into nothing. And this guy here at what was it?
Edison Motors.
Edison Motors is a hero for just talking about it.
Let's keep this clip rolling because he drops a bunch of truth bombs.
Now, to start with, I have seen this in our trucking career, and me and Eric had a trucking company. We had a truck, needed a new turn signal. My turn signal stopped working. Pretty important on a truck. Can't go to work without it. I go to buy a turn signal. They tell me that this turn signal, it's molded into this plastic steering column. So in order to replace that, I needed the one that goes with the molded plastic steering column, the custom mold, and it's CAN bus and it plugs in and it works off of that. You need that specific one. Whereas back in the day, do you realize that all of these trucks behind me, This 1962 Kenworth has the exact same turn signal as this 1984 Kenworth, and has the exact same turn signal as this 1998 Kenworth. My 2010 Western Star had that exact same turn signal. That's a common turn signal. It's been in trucks for years. It costs about $40 to $50. They're normally in every Lordco, every little local parts, Napa, distributor, the dealership would have them in stock. They didn't have this custom one for my truck. We had to wait 2 days to get that turn signal in. You add up the $500 turn signal, then you add up the $3,000 a day that we were missing in lost revenue from having that truck down, and that is a $6,500 turn signal that cost us that I should have bought for $40 and had on the shelf.
Unreal. Pause it real quick, Red.
This.
So here's another way that they rip us off. They change the way things are made to force us to buy overpriced garbage.
Bullshit.
It's, look, like the era of the middle class is over. The era of them gouging us for every last dime we have is here. And if we ain't got no muscle, we were talking about this last week. If we ain't got no muscle, we're just going to let them bend all of us over. There ain't going to be nothing we can do about it. So if you're watching this, think about ways to get you some muscle. For real. Go ahead, Red.
They are pushing the middle
Richie,
class
you're muted.
out of work. Used to be you were able to buy a truck. Old Blue, that 1969 Kenworth we got back there, I bought that off the original owner. And he bought it, he ran it until he retired, and then I took it over, and I've been running that truck since then. But that's what you used to be able to do. You used to be able to buy a vehicle and hold on to that vehicle and then get ahead. You used to see the same thing in agriculture. Guess what? There's no farmers out there that have rainy day funds anymore. Ask how many farmers you know that have rainy day funds, because the equipment is getting so goddamn expensive that you've got to go to a bank, you've got to get it financed, you got to keep it. The equipment's going to lock itself down. You need to pay the dealership, and we're losing all the small town farmers. The truckers that bring us the stuff we need, the farmers that bring us the food we eat, we're losing that middle class. Right now, we are producing more than we ever have in human history. Levels of production. We've got computers, we got robots, we got AI, we got stuff that our grandparents never dreamed of having. We can produce so much crap, but we produce crap. My grandpa, he used to be able to support a family of 5 off of 1 income. My grandma didn't have to work, stay at home. They had a 5-bedroom house in the city, 1 acre, and he was just a truck driver. He used to drive a gravel truck. What family can do that anymore? Why? We're producing crap. There is so much corporate greed. The reason why they're doing these subscriptions is that they're trying to satisfy these investors sitting on Wall Street, sitting on Bay Street, that want to just shovel this stuff down. They want a subscription. It's easy. You just pay somebody to set up the subscription for that car program, and then that person pays $60 a month forever. You sell the car once, but you can sell the subscription as many times as you want for very little.
Yeah.
It's short-sighted. It's greedy. It's destroying the middle class. It's making everybody broke. And what's going to happen is eventually we're going to be able to stop affording things. People are already doing it. Like 10-year truck payments, 15-year truck payments.
Pause it real quick, Red. And they're trying to do this for houses too.
Houses, 50-year mortgages.
Exactly. So Trump's saying 50-year mortgages. How about this? Make shit affordable again. If these companies won't make things affordable, fuck those companies.
Fuck
Tear them
those
apart
companies.
or freeze their prices. You can do that.
People like you and I, we fucking bust our asses every fucking day. Hot, cold, fucking you name it.
Yeah.
And we gotta turn our productive labor into their fucking daily fucking commission, whatever you want to call it.
What they want you to do is pick yourself up from the bootstrap and work even harder.
Yeah. How about those lazy faggots pick themselves up and fucking do something for
They
once?
want you. They want you to
just
fucking
asking us nicely to fucking pay a subscription. These faggots.
They want you. They
lazy
want you to.
pussies.
They want you to rip the bootstraps off and keep stitching them back on. These fuckers. These fucking leeches. These fucking vampires. Listen. The perspective, and I said this to some of my own family members, and I said it to some coworkers working union pile driving and fucking concrete jobs. You need, this is the perspective you need to have. You are building the infrastructure, the steel, the concrete, the highway ramps, the roads, the fucking bridges, the docks. You are building the infrastructure that these Congress people that are in on this, that are getting kickbacks, they're getting inside trade deals on the fucking stock market. You are building the infrastructure that these fuckers drive over every single day. They drive over the roads and infrastructure that you build to their municipal fucking buildings, and they vote on how to fuck you. You need to have a mentality where I am literally building the infrastructure that allows these faggots to fucking control everything around us and tell us how we're going to live our lives. How the fuck are these people going to tell us how we're going to live our lives and how much things should cost when they don't even know how much a fucking carton of eggs costs? They don't even know how.
Sure, their tone will change real fast once we fucking.
Seriously, seriously,
I didn't want to bring this up, but some brass, and I might be misspeaking here, in the AFL-CIO are talking about a general strike. Now, I don't think we're organized enough right now to pull that off, but Bill makes a good point. What do they do if we fucking stop? If we just say, nope. And this is what drives me crazy when like people in the union or even like other trades, whatever, don't want to fight. Like, look, if we got the muscle and they're fucking us, we got to flex it and say no more. Imagine this. Everybody's got a fucking house payment, right? Every one of us. Or you got a rent payment. One day, 1 month. What happens if we all just don't pay it, right? And we tell them next month, if you want your payment, you need to lower your prices. Something reasonable. What are they going to do? They're going to lower their fucking prices because we are the ones who actually hold the power once we realize it.
Give this fake ass bullshit economy a heart attack. Fuck this economy. Fuck this fake ass economy. It's already fucked anyways. Let's fuck it up some more and get a seat at the table and tell these people we need a moratorium on mortgages. We need a moratorium on rent. We need a fucking moratorium on vehicle prices. People need vehicles in order to get to work. You need the middle class. You need the working class.
And you know what? Like, don't give me some bullshit like, oh, we'll squeeze you for 50 years rather than 30 years. Fuck you. How about 5 years?
Yeah.
How about 5 years? And that's the max. The max you can go, right? Just lower the prices. And once enough people realize that we hold all the power in this situation, that shit will happen. Fuck Trump for even suggesting that. And look, I was optimistic when he was talking about bringing production back and all that, but fuck him.
Oh yeah, no, that's what all the guys that I work with, you know, they were all optimistic about bringing production.
There were guys with the Trump stickers on their hard hats talking about, oh yeah, I want infrastructure. We want those infrastructure jobs. But what industry has come back?
Nothing.
Are you seeing large scale industry? Are you seeing a burgeoning turning point in large scale infrastructure projects?
I'll tell you, up here in Buffalo, we had the largest steel plant in the United, Bethlehem Steel. Bethlehem Steel, they provided steel all over the place through the Erie Canal, through all the Great Lakes and stuff like that, through all those shipment lanes. And it suspiciously burned down.
Wow.
Very, very weird shit. But, I mean, if most of our steel comes from China, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of steel. It's United Arab Emirates, China, Turkey.
Right. On the one job I was at, we were waiting on fucking I-beams to come from China. That was right when the tariffs.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna bring back manufacturing and production and stuff like that, why the fuck wouldn't you start with steel? You know what I mean? And
we have
not just that, but it's still
full of
sitting there in fucking South Buffalo, dude. Acres of fucking land, just vacant, just all, you know, burnt to a crisp, not doing nothing. Why are we not revitalizing this industry here? It employed over half of Buffalo at one point. It was the biggest fucking workplace.
And deindustrialization helps further facilitate that you will own nothing. You will own nothing. You'll be happy. All this bullshit. Right. You're not gonna have sovereignty over your labor. You're not gonna have sovereignty over your domestic product. You will accept the NAFTA agenda. You will get butt fucked by these bankers and financiers that want to fucking blood suck us dry.
And if you want brake pads, you better buy a subscription to get them repaired.
You know what I say to that? I say, suck my fucking dick.
Cleveland was We won't get into it. Just play the fucking.
Play the fucking.
That's my share dealing with investors with Edison Motors. So there was one investor. So this guy, he was bragging, and this is the scary, dead scary part. But he told us that he likes to invest in healthcare and pharmaceutical companies because you can increase the price on it. And he was saying that how he found this one pharmaceutical, they were making a heart medication drug. And when he bought that company, they were originally selling it something for about $20, $30 a month is what somebody was paying to get that heart medication. He bought it out, took those patents. He's like, I was able to get that relisted between $500 and $1,000 a month for that healthcare medication. He's like,
fucking disgusting. Okay, pause it real quick. And here's what really grinds my gear. That right there is an attack on Americans. That's what it is. There's no other way to put it. He is extorting and attacking Americans. Anyone who says they're behind this kind of shit that calls himself a patriot is a fucking liar. Sorry, go ahead, Ren.
Because what are they going to do? They're going to spend $1,000 a month on their heart pill or they're going to die. He's like, you can just trap people into paying forever because they die if they don't pay you. Why would I invest in a truck? There's other people we met that investors that wanted us to lie about, not lie, give the best possible scenario about our truck production, our future goals, and be like, can you say that you're going to be at 5,000 trucks a year within the next 2 years, 3 years? We're like, well, no, because we're not going to be at 3,000 or 5,000 trucks a year within the next 3-4 years. And they're like, well, it doesn't really matter because here's the thing is we can promise that and then we can go out, we can get listed, we can raise some more money. And by the time you don't get there, you can blame things like you can blame the market, you can blame the economy, you can blame supply chain.
I'm sorry, pause it again, Ren. And this is what I'm always talking about. The actual production doesn't matter to them. What matters is that stock price. That stock price is everything because that controls the dividends for the shareholders, right? That controls their payout. They're fucking leeches. They want to produce nothing. Well, they want to leech off us forever.
This logic is how collateral debt obligations were allowed to find their way into the financial market that led to the 2008 crisis. This type of logic is what allowed for micro debts and credit cards under the Reagan administration to be facilitated. All this logic is basically like, oh, well, the overly speculative, like airy-fairy bullshit financialization where they sit here and they're like, well, we debt trapped this person for X amount of money, and as long as they pay it back in time, we're going to make X amount of profit. But what happens when that person fucking defaults on that loan? Then you have no money. There's no money. So you just made up your profits. You're just making it up. It's bullshit. It's fake. So they're taking that same logic at scale and presenting it to him and say, well, just tell people you're going to make X amount of trucks within a year. And when you don't meet that deadline, you can just blame it on the market. But because we got the initial profit of investment because you said you were going to meet that quota, it doesn't matter because we met our bottom line on the books, on paper.
You know, it reminds me of that skyscraper, huge skyscraper full of luxury apartments in like Central Park or something in New York City. And they sold all of the units before it was even built, right? Like going for like 80 to 100 million. And then it finally gets built and it's falling the fuck apart. It's like legitimately falling down.
I saw a YouTube video where I think it was Union Roofers in New York, where they were building a new luxury apartment complex. And the guy behind the camera is like, hey, after you finish building this, do you think you're going to be able to afford it? And he was like, oh, no, I build it, but I can't afford to live in this shit. Yeah. That's a fucking joke. That's a joke economy.
I do that all the time.
But this case, I'm thinking they just told him, get it the fuck done. We don't matter. We don't care. You know, how it gets done, whatever. But as long as they make their money.
And screw all the people that die when the building falls down, right?
Exactly.
Right. They already covered their asses, right? They already got their money.
Yeah, the insurance payout will hit, so they don't care.
They probably got money in the insurance company anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep it going because we're short on time.
The goal, but then you can raise all that. That's a pump and dump. Like just zero foresighted, push a product out to market that's not ready. push a product out there that's not ready to go, and then just leave somebody else holding the bag. Leave somebody else, because guess what? The big institutional investors will get in, then that company will go down, the company will collapse, and then who's left holding the bag? The average retail investor that gets screwed when the big guys. This kind of thing, wanting founders to lie, wanting founders to misrepresent the truth, the investors with no value whatsoever are one of the large reasons why we're seeing this crap today. The only thing they give a crap about is their returns on their investment. They care about that so much that they are willing to brag to us in a board meeting how they let people die because it's more money for them.
This dude just took his dick and just right down on the desk, dude. That's what he
threw it right on the table.
You know, we should help him. We could advertise his business.
Fuck
yeah. We could advertise it.
You tell your buddies, man. It looks like he makes good truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him, yeah.
There was a company that pissed me off the other day. They had this program software and they wanted us to sell our customers an optional subscription package for $250, $300 a month. And what it would do is when the engine in the truck had a fault code, they could automatically read it. For $300 a month, you would have access to the program to read the fault code on our truck, or it could send you an email if you had cell
Hold on, pause it real quick. So basically, they put in something to block your ability to read your fault code and then allow you to if you pay the subscription.
If you paid us, we could tell you what's wrong with the truck you bought from us.
Unreal. Fucking scumbags.
That's extortion, dude. That's extortion.
There's an interview that Kanye West did. I know Kanye West is a controversial figure and he says some outlandish stuff here and there, but there was an interview that really stuck with me where there's like a twinkle in his eye and he's smiling and he's like, what a lot of people need to realize is that America is for sale. And he was talking about how like there was still this glimmer of opportunity where you can invest in property and raise yourself up. But sadly and tragically, he was right. America, this is selling out. America is for sale, and we as a people are a pump and dump scheme. We're being pumped and dumped.
That's what everyone gets for fucking voting in the entrepreneur candidate. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Trump's a businessman. Yeah, he knows how to sell the fuck out.
He for sure is a businessman, for sure. Yeah.
All right, sorry, Rick.
They were trying to get us to sell that for them under right to repair. They're like, you're giving people access to this information that they would normally only get if they went back to you, back to the dealer, and back to the warehouse. But you know why? This is horseshit. It's not for right to repair. It's not sold as a convenience because the truck already knows what's wrong with it. This truck knows what's going on with its computer system. If it's throwing a check engine light, the truck knows why it's throwing a check engine light. It could say, it's that sensor. It's this sensor. This is what's going on. Here's what the issue is. The truck knows it. They're just making you pay more every single month or every time you got to go in there to know what's wrong with a truck that already knows what's wrong. LCD screens are pretty cheap. It's easy to put in there. It's easy to have that information displayed. Why would you pay a monthly subscription for a vehicle that you already own? It's
this video. This is the most valid crash out.
It's so good, man. He's such a stand-up guy, and he's on point with everything. This is what we need to be fighting for. Like I said before, common sense, logical policy for average working class people that want to get on their own 2 feet and start an honest business. Anyone who wants to become a real entrepreneur and start their own business, it shouldn't be like this. You shouldn't have to deal with scamming, wheeling, and dealing fucking scumfuck, blood-sucking bastards who want to tell you to betray your own integrity, betray your own principles as a man. As a dignified man like this guy who has his own principles and he believes in America, he's an actual patriot, and he wants to stand up for what he believes in. He said earlier, like a minute ago, I want to build a truck that I believe in. We need that. We need people to actually believe in something and quit this gay ass Machiavellian theater kid bullshit of like, oh, well, the world is bad and fuck everyone else because I got mine. I'm going to get mine. So fuck everybody else. That's some bullshit. This is how it should be.
It used to be known that if something said "Made in America" on it, it was quality.
Yep.
And we need that back.
We need that back.
It's harder to sell a good truck over the long run, but we need to do something. The world is getting shittier and shittier. We are producing more than we have ever had in our entire civilization, but people are struggling more than they ever have. Our generation right now is struggling more than our grandparents, but we're producing more, but we're just producing, we're producing junk, we're producing plastic. That Hyundai, when people get tired of that subscription, tired of those brake pads they can't change, it's been a few years, it's on a few sets of brake pads, and they buy a new one, they send that one off to the wrecker. That's why we have so little, because we're not putting any of our resources into building stuff that matters. We could be building bridges, we could be building railways, we could be building MRI
Right there.
hospitals, schools. But no, we need to keep this giant capitalist structure going to just keep building us junk after junk after
Junk after junk.
Middle class is gone till we're not owning a damn thing in our lives. We're only renting stuff. I've had enough.
So get this fucking dude on the show.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's reach out to
this
him.
guy.
This guy is a goddamn hero.
Dude, he's on the verge of fucking tears.
And he
if
should be.
if you're an American right now, and you're not in the fucking verge of tears at all times throughout your fucking day, that you gotta open up your eyes.
It's
You
so
have to open
funny.
your eyes.
It's so funny because he's such a like wholesome, earnest guy. Earlier in the video, he's like, "I'm sorry I pardon my language," and it's like, no, it's a valid crash out. He's getting so mad because he knows that like our people are getting fucked over. He knows. It's so true.
That's got to go in the episode title, Ren. World's most valid crash out.
Definitely.
All right, I think I think we can put this one in the can, as they say. That was amazing. Thanks for sharing that with us, Justin. Ren, will you try to get a hold of that guy? See if we can talk to him.
I can try. I'll email him if I can.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. Go for it.
What state is he in?
I don't remember what state he's in.
We can look it up after. It's fine. All right, that's gonna do it for us tonight at Making America. As Richie dips out early, he's too cool for us. All right, there he is. I was joking. He's not cool at all. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Please join us next week, where we're gonna finally see Phil and Richie kiss. Good night, everybody.
Like and subscribe. You like that? Maybe? Someone fucking answer me? Please?